The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions, although not in this case, of the past, present, and or future. Good evening. Welcome to the program for this 30th day of December 2024. My name is Ron Chuckett, and the tagline for the channel is home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, tonight you will see absolutely none of that as I pull a page out of Dave Gardner's book and play two teams that couldn't sniff a championship if you put anyone in front of them. It is two of the most putrid teams in baseball history in a one-game, I suppose, winner-take-all series between the 1962 New York Mets and the 2024 Chicago White Sox. Now we are using, how you doing, Andrew? We are using Action PC Baseball 2025 for this Hall of Shame game. And I got to be honest with you, I think the Mets are going to wipe the floor with the White Sox. Simply because the Mets were, compared to the White Sox, not horrible. I didn't say they were good, but they're not horrible. The White Sox are atrocious. It'll be Mr. Crochet going for, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his last name, going for the White Sox, Red Sox future ace of America, Garrett, and his pitch count is 85. Yep, it's 85. Roger Craig will be going for the 62 Mets. So, indulge me tonight, if you will, in this battle of the worst. Is it... Oops. Now, why did that go out? No data. Battle of the Mad. Are you still seeing me here? RJL's rooting for the 62 Mets. Am I still being seen? You hear me and you see me. Okay. Well, I gotta do a... Well, that's good. Because I don't. So if you will, as soon as I get this back up, come on, start showing me. Start showing me. It says I'm still here. All right. So if you will, let's do this. It is... the pineapple pizza of streams. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents Retro Sports Network Action PC Baseball Special. Tonight, from Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois, it is the 1962 Mets versus the 2024 Chicago White Sox. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web. For your sports simulation and replay needs, find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So here we go. On a warm day in Chicago, it'll be the 62 Mets and the Chicago White Sox, and I'm going to assume that you pronounce this gentleman's name like you would be if you were making a hat. So, Garrett Crochet, I did have a good Christmas, JT. How about you? Anyway, Garrett, now a member of the Boston Red Sox, had 32 starts for a team that went 41 and 120. He went 6-12. So that's kind of like, Cy Young right there. And an earned run average of 358. More importantly, thoughts on top of... Oh, we'll get to that. I did download that. And, yeah, RJL says the 62 Mets had an excuse. They were expansion. They were facing a whole bunch of legends in the National League. And the 24 White Sox, well, they are the milk that you forgot to put in the fridge. 146 innings for Garrett, 123 hits. He gave up 61 runs. He allowed 58, 18 homers. He walked 33 and struck out 209. He is 25 years old. He is a fastball pitcher at 94 and is a standard pitcher, which I guess really doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot for this. But then again, the Red Sox have high hopes for someone that's under their control for a long time. And here's how the White Sox will be lining up behind Crochet. Again, let me know if it's not Crochet. Andrew Benintendi in left is a 5 and a 3. Louis Robert Jr. is in center. He's an 8 and a 3. Gavin Sheets in right. He's a 4 and a 4. The infield for Chicago, Lenine Sosa is a 5 at third. Paul DeJong at short is a 5. Nicky Lopez is a 7 at second. And Andrew Vaughn a 5 at first. Corey Lee is your catcher. And Crochet, yeah, the Red Sox gave up a ton to get him. And Crochet is your pitcher. And he has all of 90 pitches. And that's virtual Nolan Ryan there for this squad. Here's how the Mets will line up. Richie Ashburn in center will lead off. Elio Chacon in short will bat second. Frank Thomas, oh, doesn't the White Sox wish it was that Frank Thomas, in left will go third. Marvelous Marv Throneberry is at first. He'll clean up. Jim Hickman is in right. He'll bat fifth. Felix Mantilla is at third. He'll go sixth. Charlie Neal is at second. He'll bat seventh. We're in American League Park in 2024 rules. Gil Hodges is your DH. If you don't like that, we'll see you on the next stream. And behind the plate, one Choo Choo Coleman. So with all that out of the way, the weather's nice, 55 degrees, winds blowing left to right at 8. Richie Ashburn in 62 at 306. Again, this Mets team isn't terrible. I mean, their pitching is pitiful, but they're not horrible. 7 home runs and 28 RBI. Greg Scarborough, how are you? This should be a futile game. I would bet on the Mets. So Garrett is ready. Ashburn is ready. Hopefully you are. This game starts with a liner into right field that will drop in front of Sheets, and Ashburn took a long turnaround first before holding there. Elio Chacon? Elvis Matthews will tell me. 236 and 62, 2 homers, and 27 RBI. So Ashburn on first. Crochet's pitch. Got him on a full count changeup. Strike 3. 1 out for not that Frank Thomas, although the numbers kind of match for that. Not that Frank hit 266, 34 homers. And he drove in 94, which is impressive for a team that only won 40 games. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to third. Sosa, Lopez for 1, and Thomas is going to reach. So there's 2 out for Marvelous Marv Throneberry, who hit 244, 16 homers, and 49 RBI. Chacon, thank you for the shortstop. Thank you, sir. It's the omnibus picture package. And if you go to the Action PC community page at I believe it's actionpccommunity.com, the 2024 pictures are up. So Marv with a runner on first. No, we're not going to pinch hit in the first inning. And he struck out on a 1-2 fastball for strike 3. Poor Casey Stengel's already confused. Anyway, Mets get a hit leave on a runner after half an inning, no score. So here is Roger Craig. Roger has a game WAR of minus 1.7. That's bad. Which means that he costs his team 2 wins over the course of the year. Casey Stengel's ghost might be a better manager. Roger is 32. He went 10-24 for the Mets in 1962. In 42 games, he started 33 and finished 13. And he saved 3, which again wasn't a thing in 1962. He went 233 innings, allowed 261 hits, 133 runs, 117 of them earned. He allowed 35 homers, he walked 70, and struck out 118. And the National League hit 288 off of him. He is a fastball pitcher, and we say that kind of loosely, with an 83-mile-an-hour fastball and a fly ball pitcher. Here's how the White Sox will line up. Now, they weren't terrible besides their pitching, RJL, but when you're a bunch of scrubs in the league with Mays, Robinson, say Andy Koufax's birthday today, he's turning 89, Cepeda, Drysdale. No, you don't. So here's how the White Sox, kind of looking shell-shocked here. Louis Robert Jr. will lead off in center field. Gavin Sheets is in right. He'll bat second. Andrew Vaughn at first will go third. Red Sox refugee Andrew Benintendi cleans up in left. Paul DeJong at short will bat fifth. Lennon Sosa is at third. He'll bat sixth. Corey Lee behind the plate will go seventh. Nicky Lopez at second batting eighth. And Tommy Pham was the only pitcher of that bunch, well, maybe Benintendi, that looks happy. So you know that was not a spring training picture. He's a DH. He'll bat ninth. Yeah, you made your case. The Mets defense is this. In the outfield, Frank Thomas is 7-3. Richie Ashburn at 35, a 6-5. Jim Hickman a 4-5 at right. The infield, it's Felix Mantilla at 30, a 6. Chicone at short is a 5. Charlie Neal is an 8 at second. Chicone is a 5 turning a double play, and Charlie is a 7 at second. The Marvelous One is a 5 at first. Choo-Choo Coleman, the 3 behind the plate. And Craig is an 8 on the mound with a .951 fielding percentage. Louis hit .224 for the White Sox, 14 homers and 35 RBI. Oh, there's a lot of Hall of Famers. Roger Craig was 6-22 as a starter, but 4-2 out of the pen. Struck him out, and 0-2 fastball looking. 1 out for Gavin Sheets, hitting .233, 10 homers, and 45 RBI. Again, Craig, about 4.5 strikeouts per 9, but with this lineup, he could hit double digits. Line drive to Chacon, 1 out. Chacon, 2 out for Andrew Vaughn. Andrew at .246. 19 homers and 70 RBI. There are one Hall of Famer starting for the Mets, and that's Ashburn in center field. Actually, there's 2 now. Gil Hodges is the DH. That's into center. Back goes Ashburn, and Richie will corral it, and that will retire the side. Surprise, surprise, the White Sox go in order after 1 no score. So Jim Hickman, Felix Mantilla, and Charlie Neal to face Crochet here in the second. Jim at .245, 13 homers, and 46 RBI. Andrew, I'm old too because I know more about the 62 Mets than the 24 White Sox. Pitch to Hickman. Struck him out. That's 3 for Garrett. He got him to chase an 0-2 fastball out of the zone, 1 away from Mantilla. Hitting .275, 11 homers, and 59 RBI. You can't go wrong when you got a player named Choo-Choo, because you can just hear Casey Stengel and the dugout going, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And Mantilla draws the walk. Is the White Sox Sosa related to Sammy? Here's Charlie Neal. Charlie at .260, 11 homers, and 58 RBI. Garrett deals. There's a fly ball, left center. Robert coming in, makes the catch. And Mantilla goes back to first. So 2 out for Gil Hodges, who at 252, 9 homers and 17 RBI. I suppose the people watching this live are not going to be surprised by this, but if you're stumbling across this just out of general curiosity, the Mets were pretty much the result of a shotgun marriage. When the Dodgers left Brooklyn and the Giants left Manhattan, there was no National League team in New York for the first time since the NL got its act together in 1876. And so there was a threat of a third major league, the Continental League. And, of course, New York would have been a flagship. Now, the Yankees were there, but not everyone liked the Yankees. And so the American League expanded in 1961. They put a team in Los Angeles, the Angels, and they put a team in Washington because the original Senators moved out to Minneapolis because the Giants got tricked into San Francisco. And so Houston was one team, and the Mets, with the Giant Orange and the Dodger Blue, were the other. And Gil Hodges, former Dodger great, came back to New York. There's a ground ball past DeJong in the left field. Mantilla almost got caught. He'll go to third. He hesitated going around second, but he'll take third. 2 out, runners in the corners for Choo-Choo Coleman, hitting 256 homers and 17 RBI. The Pacific Coast League, as Andrew is one of the huge historians for the PCL, also made overtures to be a third league in the early 50s. You're welcome, JT. And I didn't realize that Lenny Randle died. We're not doing a Lenny Randle tribute game. But Mets alumni Lenny Randle, Braves alumni Jimmy Carter, and Phoenix Roadrunners alumni Linda Lavin all passed away in the last couple days. Pitch to Coleman. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Sheets. That's well hit, and that is caught. And the Mets do not score. They leave on 2 on a hit, and after an inning and a half, no score. So it'll be Benintendi, DeJong, and Sosa to face Craig here in the second. Andrew hit 229, 20 homers, and 64 RBI. He will be allowed to blow a ball foul in Paradise's ballpark. Do you really think there are domes? I mean, that he was the third baseman that tried to blow one foul at the Kingdom on the carpet, and obviously didn't work. You could do a Lenny Randle tribute and start Pump Wills instead. That sounds like something that we would do for George Hendrick. Pitch to Benintendi. Struck him out. Got him on a 1-2. So here's Paul DeJong at 228, 18 homers and 41 RBI. How you doing, Big Dave? There's a ground ball foul, and Lenny Randle blew it foul. How's that? That thing skipped and bumped and looked like an English muffin out there at third. And the count is 0-2. So hopefully all of your Christmases there. We'll be doing something at noon tomorrow. Mr. JT, what do you want to see for a ball game tomorrow? Pitch to DeJong. There's a fly ball. Popped up. Shallow left. Chacon is there. Chacon makes the catch, and there's 2 out for Sosa. Lenin hit 254. 8 homers and 35 RBI. Craig can't believe his luck. No score here in the second. There's a line drive, ground ball to short, throw to first, and Sosa is retired. I didn't call him Sammy. You're welcome. After 2, no runs, no hits, and no errors. It's the Mets nothing, the White Sox nothing. Yeah, they've been continuously working on the chalkboard. So opening 9 for Garrett, 41 pitches, which is not good when you have a pitch count of 90. 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Richie Ashburn singled his first time up. And that is over Vaughn in the right field. In fact, that's going to get down in the corner. Sheets is surprised. Ashburn has 2. He's going for third. Lopez throws to third, and Ashburn's got a triple. So Whitey in there with a triple. Nobody out for Elio. Yep. Ed Cranepool was on that team. Yeah, you pick whatever you want. You watch enough of the stuff, and even if you don't catch it live, you can catch it on tape. Elio struck out his first time up. Got him. That's 4. He chased an 0-2 changeup. 1 out for Frank Thomas, who's 0 for 1. Got him. That's 5. Mets just aren't used to seeing that kind of heat unless it's from Koufax. Here's Thornberry, who struck out his first time up. Garrett. No, we're not pinch hitting. Oh, got him. Pinch it the next time. After 2.5, no runs, a hit. The Mets have left on 4. It's the Mets nothing, the White Sox nothing. So Lee, Lopez, and Tommy Pham to face Roger Craig here in the third. Corey, Korey, hit .210, 12 homers, 37 homers, and by that great big smile on his face. The check's cleared. In the left, that's going to drop. And Chacon couldn't make the play. Elio left late, and Lee can actually steal a base. Now we're playing with the new rules. Nicky Lopez hit .241, a home run, and drove in 21. You know what? We're going to hit and run here. Runner goes to throw down to second, not in time, and Lee has a steal. And it's a 2-2 count. So the hit and run kind of worked. 82 Braves and 82 Brewers. You got it. You got it. 82 Braves and Brewers. Jimmy and Riesland will be there. So runner on second, nobody out, and a 2-2 count. Craig from the stretch. There's a ground ball into right field. I'll drop in front of Hickman. Lee will hold. Hickman got a bad jump on it, but Lee not fleet of foot. And the ChiSox have runners on the corners with nobody out. For Tommy Pham, hitting .266, 5 homers and 19 RBI. Fly ball, right field. That should score Lee. Hickman coming in, makes the catch. Lee should tag. Lee will come home. Lopez will hold the throw to the 2-2. Coleman is in time. And they're going to not challenge that. There's the review. Grady Sizemore waiting for it. Nope, don't do it. So the runner is thrown out. 2 out for, is it Robert or Robert? Anyway, Louis struck out his first time up. Opening 9 for Craig. 32 pitches, 2 2/3, 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. No score here in the third. The White Sox and the Mets. And an all-time classic here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Yep, Jim Hickman with the assist out there and right. Fly ball to left. So Rainmaker, Thomas is there, and that'll do it. So the White Sox get 2 hits and leave a runner on. We go to the fourth. It's the Mets nothing, Chicago nothing. So Jim Hickman, who struck out his first time up. Old Garrett, he might get you 3 more. He struck out 6 so far in 3 innings. He winds and deals, and that's left center field. Back goes Robert, makes the catch. That's into Wise territory out there in left center. To save Mark Burley's perfect game. And somewhere I have the unbelievable desire to go stretch, stretch, stretch. He did. Mantilla walked his first time up. Right back up the box. Throw to first. Mantilla can run, but he's out. So 2 away for Charlie Neal, who's 0 for 1. That is in the left for a base hit. Benintendi, you need to remember he's playing. Neal is not going to go for 2. And the White Sox, again, aren't necessarily playing smart ball. 4th hit for New York. Here's Hodges. He singled his first time up. It's one of the reasons why I used him, RJL, because I hadn't really heard of him, and the Red Sox gave up a lot to get him. Garrett deals. That's a base hit in the left center. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Benintendi again makes a poor play. Neal rounds third and scores, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead on the double by Gil Hodges. So here's Choo-Choo Coleman. Yep, this is the superior hitting team against the superior pitcher. And old Garrett won't make it out of the 5th at this rate. 2 out, he deals. That's into right center. Back goes Robert Jr. and Louis makes the catch. A fantastic catch against the wall. How about that? And that'll retire the side. Mets score on 2 hits. They leave on a runner, and after 3.5, it's the Mets 1 and the White Sox nothing. And how futile is this? Let me take a sip of water here first. The White Sox actually won more than the Mets. They won 41 in 162 games. The Mets were spared a couple. They only played 160. And not Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 1 out of 4 sucks. And for the White Sox, that winning percentage of .253 is slightly more than 1 out of 4, and it still sucks. So Sheets, Vaughn, and Benintendi to face Craig here in the 4th. The Mets are up 1-0. Roger deals, and that is in the right center, and that will drop in front of Hickman. Sheets, again, a long turnaround first. That's new. Before settling back in for Andrew Vaughn, who's 0 for 1. So the White Sox do have 3 hits. And did that get away? It did. It's a wild pitch. It goes over the head of Choo-Choo Coleman, and Sheets is in scoring position. It may be a 1-2 count. But again, the White Sox have a runner in scoring position. Struck him out. That's 3 for Craig. 1-2 fastball inside. 1 away from Benintendi. Andrew is struck out his first time up. Don't expect a Lions 76 Bucks game, okay? You talk about futile. Pitch to Benintendi. There's a pop-up left side. Chacon makes the play, and there's 2 out for DeJong, who's 0 for 1. I've been playing some strat hockey off to the side. 89-90, which would have been my freshman year of college. Playing some Adams Division games. And those Nordiques had 31 points. Now, you didn't get a point if you lost in overtime. So it's 2 for a win and 1 for a tie. And in 81 games, or in 80 games, they managed 31 points. Again, that is Limburger. In an era of hockey where 16 of the 21 teams made the playoffs, the Nordiques missed by 50-some-odd points. Pitch to DeJong. Got him. So Craig is fan 4. The White Sox threaten but do not score. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 5th. If this is Nashville's best, they can keep them in Chicago. 1-0 Mets. Max Cornelius, how are you? JT says, every time I send the 62 Mets over a full 162 games, they won at least 50. I did before the computer crashed. Richie Ashburn, by the way, has singled and tripled. He's 2 for 2. Garrett, 77 pitches, 4 innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. I did just for grins and giggles. 162 games between the Mets, 62 Mets, and the 75 Reds. And you know what? The Mets were on pace to win 40 games. And Ashburn draws the walk. So here's Chicone, who is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Lee and Garrett have a word. From the stretch, as a fly ball to left, Benintendi goes back, and that ball is gone. Chicone, she bang. She bang, she bang, she bang. A 2-run homer, and it's 3-0 New York. 74-75 Caps. Oh, yeah. What did they win, 9? What year did the 76ers go with 9 wins? 8, 67, and 5. And the 2024 New York Giants finally won a home game this year. There are no good options here. Sean Burke, because we're carrying 34 pitchers, went 2-0. He won 2 of the 40 games, or the 41 games. Give that man a raise. 4 games, 3 starts, 19 innings, 12 hits, 2 homers. He walked 7 and struck out 22. Baseball hit 174 against him. He's 25 years old, an extreme, and I mean an extreme fly ball pitcher. Fastball at 92. But is it, Robert? Is it the wrong Frank Thomas in Chicago? I don't think so. Got him. A full count changeup got him outside. It's the omnibus package. And so that's what that is. And it just kind of fits here. 1 out for Marvelous. Let's see if they want a pinch hit again. Nope. This time they like him, and this time he strikes out. So the Marvelous one is fanned 3 times today. 2 out for Jim Hickman, who's 0 for 2 with a K. So, yeah, it's the wrong Frank Thomas for the Mets. The funny thing is that Frank Thomas hit 34 homers. The Big Hurt, the Big Hurt had a long career. Rod's Tabletop Hoops don't necessarily give other channels a shout out, but he is the basketball gaming guru. Pitch to Hickman. Got him. So Burke strikes out the side halfway home. Aren't we surprised? It's the 62 Mets 3. The 2024 ChiSox, nothing. The Big Hurt wasn't born until 68, born on the same day as Jeff Bagwell, and is busy writing his name onto his 1990 Topps cards. If you joined us late, April Fools, 62 Mets 3, 24, White Sox nothing, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Mets. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the White Sox. Gil Hodges, an RBI double in the 4th to score Charlie Neal. And then Elio Chicone, a 2-run shot just a moment ago to make it 3-0 New York. Roger Craig, a 3-hitter through 4 and a struck out 4. Garrett Crochet, 6-hitter through 4, 3 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Be curious what he does with Boston this year. And Sean Burke struck out the side in his first inning. Did Roger Craig have a shutout in 62? No. Roger Craig had an earned run average of 4.5. Mr. Sosa's 0 for 1. Craig starts the 5th. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Hickman to the track, and Jim will make the catch. 1 out for Corey with a K lead, who single and stole second. And Lee walks. So Craig not real thrilled with that. So Corey takes his base. Not going to try and steal this time. Nicky Lopez singled. Hit and run rating of an 8, so he tried it. And it worked, kind of. Craig blows on his hand. There's a ground ball to Neal. This might be 2. Charlie only has a play at first, so Mr. Lee goes to second. Lopez is out. 2 out for Tommy Pham. And again, that picture of Tommy, like, what am I doing here? Why am I? Who am I? Why am I here? Tommy 0 for 1. JT, you want that game, by the way, in Atlanta or Milwaukee? Pitch to Pham. Got him. That's 5 for Craig, and Roger is just smiling after that. No runs, no hits, no errors. The White Sox have left on 3. We go to the 6th in this battle of greatness. It's the 62 Mets 3, the 2024 White Sox 0. So Burke to face Mantilla, Neal, and Hodges. Felix 0 for 1 with a walk. Sean deals. Got away from Lee on strike 3, but they throw it on to first, and Burke is fan 4. So Charlie Neal 1 for 2. He singled and scored. Going to have it Milwaukee, so we'll have a DH. So if you did not get the email notification today from Mr. Cook, the 1001 greatest baseball seasons were released, and those are individual players. Just so you know, there's no teams that come with that. You know, if you have the baseball history collection, I don't believe there are teams that come with that either. So you have to assemble your own, according to Mr. Cook. And don't email him. Don't email him. No. Bad. Bad. Put Thunderbird away. Don't email him. Just don't do it. 2001 Barry Bonds was the top offensive season of all time. And the top pitching performance of all time, I believe, was 1913 Walter Johnson. Yep, not related. Sean reminds me that Sean Burke was not related to the former New Jersey Devils goalie, Sean Burke. Although, have they been seen together? Charlie Neal 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Got him. That's 5 for Burke. Bob, seriously? Bob Stanley's included? I hope not. Gil Hodges has had himself a day. He has singled, doubled, and drove home a run. Seriously? What year? 78 or 80? I would guess it's 80. Fly ball left field. Benintendi will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Mets, no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th, 3-0 New York. So Craig, 18 batters deep, 68 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Robert 0 for 2 with a K. Craig starts the 6th. Got him. That's number 6 for Roger. A 1-2 off-speed pitch in at the knees. That pitcher for the White Sox is huge. How you doing, Scotty? 6'6"? Oops, nope. You took it down before I could read it. Gavin Sheets is 1 for 2. You typed that wrong. That's all right. Got him. 7 for Craig. Roger Craig, by the way, was an excellent pitching coach. I believe he's the one that mastered the split finger, which was utilized along with enough sandpaper to make Houston happy for Mike Scott. Was behind Rick Russell's resurgence in the late 80s. I believe he was wasn't he Sparky's coach in Detroit? 84 Tigers, yep. Mr. Waterfield knew. For Mr. Steamer, 82 or 78. 78, he threw 150 innings and only started 3 games. Andrew Vaughn struck out once. He's 0 for 2. Craig's pitch. There's a base hit into left center. Thomas will throw it back in. And the White Sox have their 4th hit. Benintendi's 0 for 2 with a K. It's 83. Sean Burt is a big boy. He's 6'6" and 230. And injuries have slowed him down. The Red Sox weren't close in 83, so I couldn't have gotten too mad. 8-10 with 33 saves, and that's one of the 1,000 best performances in baseball history. So you could do like all franchise teams, I suppose, or by era. 1001, yes. That was a Bugs Bunny movie, 1001 Arabian Nights. Benintendi up the middle. Shakeen steps on second for 1, and that's all they need. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 7th. Mets 3, White Sox nothing. So Choo-Choo Coleman, Richie Ashburn, and Elio, who hit the big home run in the 5th to face Burt. Choo-Choo is 0 for 2. Fly ball, left field. Benintendi, 1 out. For Richie Ashburn, who has not been retired yet today, he has singled, tripled, scored, and walked. Someone had to be number 1001. If you're because it's the best individual seasons, but you could only be once. I mean, couldn't we have cloned Hoyt Wilhelm a couple times, or Lindy McDaniel, or Dale Earnhardt? You're going to make me do something with that, aren't you? So Stanley at 83 had 33 saves, but blew 14. Roger Craig gave Scotty a candy bar at the Kingdome one day. The bullpen was on the field in front of the right field line. He came out of the clubhouse with a pocket full and handed you one. That's a great story. Was he with the Tigers at that point? Pitch to Ashburn. Fly ball, left center. Benintendi in the alley makes the catch, and there's 2 out for Elio. Chacon homered in the 5th and drove in 2. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Mets. They've left on 5. The White Sox, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors, and they have left on 4. I think it was, because games 3, 4, and 5, Dave, would have been in Pittsburgh. And it did alternate, as JT says, between divisions, just like the World Series. So when we did 88, regardless of record, the National League West had home field, while the American League East had home field. It had nothing to do with record. And that year, the West, or the National League, had home field in the World Series. How you doing, Doug? Oh, then you saw Star Wars for the first time. Nice. Pitch to Chacon. There's another fly ball in the left. Back goes Benintendi, and Andrews there. Now that's interesting. Let's see what happens when we play Take Me Out to the Ballgame. It didn't play it. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, and it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game. Bum, 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 bum. The hearts that are floating across my screen are very nice. Thank you so much. And you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, if you become a Super Chat member, you don't have to hear that ever again. Anyway, just kidding. DeJong, Sosa, and Lee here in the 7th. Paul is 0 for 2 with a K. I've never had that before. Again, there's been a number of patches to this game. There's a fly ball in the center field. Ashburn will make the catch, 1 out. I suppose if I upload the Harry Carey version, some Yahoo will copyright it, and I won't be able to play it. Here's Sosa. He's 0 for 2. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Should I release it as an MP3? Pitch to Sosa. Got him. Craig is fan 8, by the way. Here's Corey Lee. Corey has walked, singled, and stole a base. Gardner's unsubbed. And Lee draws the walk. They can't get this guy out. So, a slow walk to first. 2 out for Nicky Lopez, who is singled. He's 1 for 2. MP3 that can be used to replace generic organ music. I'll have to look to see what the extension actually says. Apparently, and now you know the rest of the story, that Action PC products use Windows Media Player. Nothing says 2002 quite like Windows Media Player. Save everything in a WMP format today. Throw to first, you only get 3, and Lee is back. So 2 out, Lee not going anywhere. Craig deals. Got him, that's 9 for Craig. He chased 1 out of the zone, and after 7, Chicago is left on 5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Mets 3, ChiSox nothing. So Frank Thomas, secretly replaced by Frank Thomas, has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. You're going to download something on WinMX? Then we can all play it on Winamp. That kicks the llama's ass. Pitch to Thomas. Got him. 6 for Burke. A full count changeup got him. Here's Throneberry, who struck out 3 times. Mets have only had 6 hits, the big one being the Chacon homer in the 5th. Into right, back goes Sheets. Makes the catch. 2 out for Hickman, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. That's right, those wonderful WMP effects in the Real Media Player. Mood lighting, which was cool for about 4 minutes. Long enough to play that sound you download on Napster and the virus that went with it. Fly ball, left field. Benintendi should make that play. He does. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mets 3. White Sox nothing. So Tommy Pham, Robert, and Sheets here in the 8th. Craig starts the inning. Pham, a base hit in the left field. And Chacon didn't make a good play. And so 27 batters deep for Craig, 110 pitches, 7+ innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Only BearShare or LimeWire had viruses. You see, now I'm old enough. I had LimeWire, but I wasn't downloading anything new. There are no Backstreet Boys or anything like that. Do you seriously think that anyone wanted to put a virus on an Yvonne Elliman song? Robert struck out twice. I mean, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. Pitch to, I'll throw to first. Pham is back. Got him. That's 10 for Craig. How about that? A 1-2 check swing for strike 3. Here's Gavin Sheets. Mr. Waterfield ripped his CDs using Windows Media and got CD quality. Yeah, but how do you replace the sponges in your 8-tracks? So we'll leave sheets in, just in case you're wondering here. There's a ground ball up the middle. Neal, Shakeen for one, and Marvelous Marv for two. And I butchered that name enough. 4-6-3 double play. We go to the ninth. Mets 3. White Sox nothing. You do embrace all media. You must watch Tecmo too, right? So Mantilla, Neal, and Hodges to face Burke. In a game that makes today's purists almost fall apart, Burke has gone 4 innings and can maybe pitch a 5th. Mantilla 0 for 2 will walk in a strikeout. In the left center, Robert Jr. 1 out. For Charlie Neal, join us at noontime tomorrow for an Al Red Sox fan Twilight Zone special. Atlanta and Milwaukee from County Stadium. Dale Murphy, Pete Van Wieren, Skip Carey, and Gorman Thomas. There you go. Charlie Neal is 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, and struck out. That's a base hit in the left. So that's the first hit that Burke's given up in 4 1/3. Here's Gil Hodges. Gil 2 for 3. A single, a double, and an RBI. Gene Woodling will pinch hit. Yep. So Hodges gets a good hand here. They have Woodling with the Indians in that picture. He was a former Yankee. Hit 274 for the Mets in 62. 5 homers and 24 RBI. Gets away on the wild pitch, and Neal moves up to second. So 1 out, and Woodling will be Burke's last batter. In the right, back goes Sheets. Will make the catch. Neal goes back to tag and will hold. So a 2 out, and Choo-Choo Coleman at the plate. Michael Kopech, a converted starter, will come in to get the last out. Kopech, it says 94 here. He has thrown it well over 100. The closer for the White Sox, and we use that term quite loosely, went 2-8 with a 4.74 earned run average. Almost makes him Todd Jones, for goodness sakes. In 43 games, he had 9 saves. He went 43 2/3, 35 hits, 24 runs, 23 earned, 8 home runs. He walked 24 and struck out 59. Baseball hit .222 against him, but he does give up home runs and almost 5 walks per now. Is he on the Dodgers? Did he get a ring, or was that an offseason move? Choo-Choo Coleman is 0 for 3, 2 out. Kopech deals. Got him. So that'll do it. No runs, a hit for the Mets, and they left on 6. So 3-0. So it'll be Vaughn, Benintendi, and DeJong here to face Craig. The White Sox somehow need 3 to tie and 4 to win. That's a base hit in the left. Thomas, doesn't really matter which one throws it in. You know, the funny thing with the wrong pitcher is, now wasn't Chicago's Frank Thomas, didn't he come up as a left fielder? Here's Benintendi. 290, so we'll leave him in the game. Craig deals. That's a fly ball into right. Hickman waits. 1 out. So Vaughn goes back to first. 1 out for maybe DeJong. 274. So we bring in Zach Remillard. Zach hit .242 and 33 at-bats with an RBI. Got a ring, so I guess he went over. The White Sox, by the way, dressed 64 players last year. That's more players than wins. No, just a one-off there, Triple G. I don't think I could. The Mets are noticeably a better team. It's not even close. And he walks. Here comes the tying run and famous last words for Mr. Juckett. As now the tying run is Mr. Sosa. With 8 homers and 351 at-bats, he's going to stay in. Best of 13. Andrew just, I think, wants to hurt me. Will be fun, a PDF print if the 2024 season ever gets selected. Yeah. Oh, for inside pitch? So tying run at the plate. Coleman and Craig have a word. Roger deals. And that got away from Coleman. So that's a wild pitch, and now everybody moves up 90. So 1 out, runners on second and third, and a 2-ball count to Sosa. That's into left center. Back goes Thomas, makes the catch. 2 out. Vaughn will tag and score. And Roger Craig is denied a shutout. It's 3-1. For Corey Lee, who has stymied the Mets today, he has walked twice and singled. 1 for 1. He is the tying run. Craig, deep breath and deals. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. So, if you're a Mets fan, that's the first happy recap we've had from them in a long time. Final score here at Guaranteed Rate Field. It's the Mets 3, the White Sox 1. So 2 hours and 52 minutes. Mets 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And they left on 6. The White Sox are run on 6 hits and no errors, and they left on 6. Roger Craig goes the distance. 9 innings, 6 hits, a run, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. You're more than welcome. Red Sox new star Crochet takes a loss. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned a homer. Walked 2 and struck out 6. Burke, 4 2/3, a hit and 6 strikeouts, and Kopech, fan the only man that he faced. So the White Sox fan 13. I suppose you got to give it to Chicone. His 2-run homer in the 5th put the game away. And so the Mets win this one by the score of 3-1. So, yeah, Burke pitched really well, didn't it? And so hopefully Burke can overcome his injury. So tomorrow, New Year's Eve, noontime Eastern, it'll be the 82 Braves and the 82 Brewers live from Milwaukee. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching, and so now you know the answer. The Mets are good. The White Sox, not so much. Have a good night, everybody.